right, guys, I just got a call from Jose. We just got another trade-in from a client. It's a 5711. This one is a bit old. This is a 2009. I told him just to make sure everything's good to go in terms of time testing, whether it's been polished, and obviously make sure that it's authentic. So we're gonna go check it out and see what Jose has to say about the watch. Jose's definitely like almost an employee at G&G. He's very, very on par. You guys have seen in other videos that making sure that the watches we get are perfect. So we're gonna go in here, we're gonna make sure everything's good to go on the 5711. When I dropped it off, it was very banged up, so it's gonna be interesting to see what he says. Okay, so here's the watch. It's a little bit banged up, as you guys can see. My fear here is that the edges are pretty round. A watch that hasn't been polished, it's definitely a little bit more sharp around, especially right here on the bezel. To me, that's definitely a little rounded. It is banged up. It is an older watch. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna time test it and we're gonna make sure that it is good to sell. So first, has it been polished? Polished?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bad?
Very bad. The watch that need laser is reconstruction.
So basically when you have to laser the watch, it means that there's scratches and marks that are deep enough to where a regular polish job does not fix it. You have to laser it, which is a pain in the neck. It's he doesn't like it when I give him watches that need to be lasered.
And you laser everything.
Everything?
Yeah. Bro.
New crystal. Crystal?
Crystal. Let me check. The crystal is fine.
Crystal's fine. Okay, that's good. So far, so good. Oh, it's going down. It's going down.
It's going down.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. When you're running the amplitude, right? So when it's between 250 and 280, that's good. If it's below 250, now it's at 249. It's still 250.
250.
It's not bad.
No, very bad. But this is bad, so it's no.
It's too slow.
It's slow, bro.
It's slow. So in that instance, we are gonna have to service the watch, right?
Yeah, right. I change the oil, cleaning the movement.
Yep, it's to clean the movement, the oil. It's just not gonna work well over time. So yeah, if we're gonna be selling the watch, we're gonna have to do service. And how much is a service roughly? $2,000? $2,000. That's tough for us. We might have to let the client know this and try to maybe renegotiate. We already kind of agreed on a deal and it worked for both parties. Even if we had to service the watch for $2,000, because we did realize that it wasn't going to sell with how beat up it was. We were going to have to polish. Yeah, now it's $239. So
it needs everything.
Yeah.
It needs complete service.
So yeah, we do this with every single watch we get in. We bring it down here. We have him time test it. Most of the time, Pateks are super good with telling time. Royal Oaks are a little tough, right?
Yeah.
Richard Mille is right below it. They're a little bit better, but they buy their movements from AP, right?
Yeah.
Yep, so they're pretty much the same. Rolex is pretty good, but yeah, normally Patek is really good, but this, again, is a 2009 watch, so it's kind of expected, so we're gonna have to service it, or we might have to return the watch. I guess we have to figure it out. That's why it's super handy to have Jose Luis literally one floor below us. Normally, this is a 30-minute drive at our old office, so I'm glad that we can just go back upstairs and then reconvene on what we're gonna do. It's gonna be, what, 2 weeks or a week for everything?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
The service, I'm checking 72 hours, the testing.
How much is it to get a watch service from Patek Philippe? Like 6,000, 7,000?
7,000 and 7
months.
1 year.
1 year.
Maybe 6 and 1 year most for the service.
How many parts or pieces are in a Patek?
300.
300. So you memorize where 300 pieces are in the watch. With each piece, you go through, you clean it, oil.
Clean the machine, oil, put the oil. Bro, it's a lot of work for the food service. It's a food service in my video.
Subscribe to it. This is your YouTube channel? What's your YouTube?
YouTube? It's my YouTube.
Yeah, what's the name of your YouTube?
So look to the watchmaker. I don't know the Jimmy. So I have broken my computer.
Oh man. The watch is so complicated that I broke his computer. Thank you again.
You're welcome, bro.
And I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Lake with G&G Timepieces, and I'm in one of our best clients' houses. It's here to show off one of the greatest watch collections I've seen. I don't know if you know me, I like some of the rarer pieces, some of the independents, and we really touch upon a lot of that in these cases, and there are more cases in the background as well. Just wanted to talk through a couple of these watches. So obviously, big Patek fan, have the 5726 in bracelet and on strap. 5712 GR, this is actually on a green Horus strap. Beautiful, beautiful watch. This watch was only produced for a couple years. It's the white and rose gold two-tone. This is the 5204 split second that you've seen posted before as well. The Patek Pilot watch. This is a Tiffany dial. Very cool, beautiful white gold watch. Coming down a little there, honestly, one of my favorite brands. FP Journe, I think, is the Picasso of watches. These watches are primed to explode. And we've got a beautiful 38mm right here. The Centigraph, a Souverain, a Lune. Some of my favorite Journes, and if you check out these dials, they'll become your favorites quite easily as well. They're just incredibly aesthetic. Coming down, I mean, this is a brand my client knows significantly more than I. He's an up-and-coming watchmaker. Incredibly, incredibly difficult to even see these watches or get your hands on any of them. Carl Voutilanen, and there's a couple in this case, so we have actually a very, very rare skeleton piece here. These watches are impossible to get. We're talking 7+ year wait lists. These watches are truly, truly works of art, captivating is the only word I can really use to describe it. Now we're going to some RMs. The client has a pretty large selection of RMs. These are just two of them. One of my favorite, the 6701, super thin and comfortable, a great wear. And then here's another really, really gorgeous RM with the upgraded dials. This is the 002. It's the Tourbillon in rose gold. This watch is incredible. I mean, the case size is perfect if you're someone who has a bit of a smaller wrist. The depth is not too bad, but it's just incredibly complex. Now they're able to fit into this smaller RM case size. This is one of my favorite RMs I've ever seen. Now we're going into a different box over here. We got a couple of our APs up top. So we got the ceramic and steel code taupe dial. It's a pretty rare green taupe dial. Some of your more basic Royal Oaks. Here's the 26240 50th anniversary. A lot of these watches you're familiar with. I do love AP. I think 41 is a bit too big for me, but it's the most popular size. A lot of people love these. Now we're going into some other independents. This is obviously a more very well-known and larger watch company of MB&F. They're very similar, I guess, in production to Journe, but this is a beautiful gold MB&F. It's a hand-stippled dial, incredibly gorgeous. Same with these de Bethunes. These de Bethunes are incredible watches as well. This black one is super, super light. And then obviously these Langs. These Langs, the dials are incredible. I mean, I think that these dials really are a close second in my mind to the Journe dials, but they're so aesthetic, very, very well balanced. They're really beautiful pieces. Obviously coming down, we have some more familiar Rolexes. The one that catches my eye down here is this Artisans de Genève. It looks like a big red. You've seen some of the Artisans that we've had as well recently, the Spike Lee, the Pirlo. This is something that is meant to look more like a vintage watch as opposed to one of those skeleton crazy dials, and I love it. So just giving you a little taste of one of the best collections of all of our clients. If any of these watches are interesting to you, we can always make an offer to our client. A lot of them aren't for sale and will never be for sale, but just want to give you a taste. So thank you guys.